In the far reaches of the Glimmer 7 galaxy, there lived a species of aliens known as the Gloopians. They weren't famous for their advanced technology or their conquest of star systems. Nope, the Gloopians were famous for one thing and one thing only: bubblegum. They were absolute fanatics. Their planet, Gloop Prime, was a sticky, sweet-smelling paradise, with rivers of liquid bubble gum and mountains of gumballs in every color imaginable. The Gloopians were a peaceful bunch. They spent their days chewing, blowing bubbles bigger than their spaceships, and experimenting with new flavors like Comet Cherry and Asteroid Apple. Their leader, Captain Bazooka, was the master bubble blower. He could create a bubble so massive and so strong it could deflect small meteoroids. Life was sweet, literally. One day, however, their sugary peace was shattered. A notorious gang of space pirates, the Crusty Scallywags, led by the fearsome One-Eyed Jack, warped into their system. Jack and his crew were known for plundering the galaxy's most valuable resources, and they'd heard whispers of the Gloopians' legendary gum, but they didn't want it for chewing. They wanted to melt it down to create a super sticky, unbreakable adhesive for trapping cargo ships. Their massive warship, the Cosmic Cutlass, fired a warning shot that popped a beautiful, galaxy-sized bubble Captain Bazooka had just blown. The Gloopians gasped in horror. This was an act of war. The pirates boarded the main gum factory, their laser pistols drawn. "Hand over all the gum, you squishy little blobs, or we'll turn this planet into a flavorless wasteland." One-Eyed Jack boomed. The Gloopians were terrified. They had no weapons, no shields, no army. All they had was gum. Captain Bazooka looked at his frightened people, then at the gumball dispensers lining the walls. An idea, as brilliant and colorful as a rainbow gumball, popped into his head. He gave a subtle nod to his fellow Gloopians. They knew exactly what to do. "Oh, of course, you can have all our gum," Captain Bazooka said with a surprisingly cheerful tone. "But first, you must try our finest flavor, the legendary Supernova Surprise. It's out of this world." The pirates, greedy as they were, couldn't resist. One-Eyed Jack snatched a gumball and popped it into his mouth. His crew followed suit. "Hey, this is actually pretty good," one pirate grunted, chewing loudly. "Yeah, not bad at all," another agreed. They began chewing, faster and faster, but this wasn't ordinary gum. It was Captain Bazooka's special creation. As they chewed, the gum expanded at an exponential rate. Suddenly, the pirates' mouths were completely full. They couldn't speak, they couldn't shout, they could only make muffled, panicked noises. The gum kept growing, pouring out of their mouths, covering their faces, and sticking their arms to their sides. One-Eyed Jack tried to draw his pistol, but his hand was glued to his belt by a stream of pink, sticky goo. The Gloopians then sprang into action. They started chewing their own gum, blowing enormous, super stretchy bubbles. They launched these bubbles at the pirates, trapping them in giant, wobbly pink spheres. The pirates bounced harmlessly around the factory, completely immobilized. Within minutes, the entire crew of the Crusty Scallywags was captured, each one encased in a custom-made bubble gum prison. Captain Bazooka and his people herded the bouncing pirates back onto their own ship. They set the Cosmic Cutlass on a direct course for the nearest Galactic Federation outpost, with a note attached to the helm written in sticky gum letters: "Return to sender." The galaxy was stunned. The peaceful, gum-loving Gloopians had defeated the most feared pirates in the quadrant without firing a single shot. From that day on, no one dared to mess with the Gloopians or their precious bubblegum. They proved that sometimes the sweetest weapon is the most powerful. And they all lived stickily ever after. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more amazing stories.